Like Me is currently streaming on Amazon Prime, stars Addison Timlin and Larry Fessenden. It is about a young girl who goes on a crime spree while filming it on her cell phone and posting it to social media for attention. I did not know anything about this movie until yesterday when I was listening to a podcast on 2018 films, and this one was mentioned. It sounded like something that I would be into, so I threw it on last night, and I did very much enjoy it, but it is a tough one to recommend because it is pretty bizarre. It feels like an Oliver Stone film at times, a la like Natural Born Killers or something, where there's a lot of whimsical and bizarre imagery being randomly thrown at the screen, and some people might find that to be, I don't know, way too artistic or nonsensical for them, but I rather enjoyed the fever dream feeling of the film. The performances by Addison Timlin and Larry Fessenden are great. I really enjoyed them in this film. I've really not seen a film much like this, but there's definitely gripes I have with the film. I feel like things could have been explored better. The whole idea of her trying to become popular through social media, I would have maybe liked a reasoning behind this, some kind of exploration of insecurities. I think that this film could definitely be taken allegorically if you want to overthink it, which I usually do. Maybe a couple watches would, have some kind of better understanding of what was going on. But also at the same time, I don't want to make this film seem like it's too deep, because I don't really feel like it is. It's a little more surface level bizarre. But there is a social commentary going on here about the dangers of social media and the search and desire for attention. I feel like the film was a good effort, and there's a lot good going on in it. But if they would have taken their time and maybe thought this out a little better and extended on it, because it's only an hour and 20 minutes, this film actually would have benefited from being maybe 10 minutes longer and exploring deeper into the psyche of some of the characters to get a better understanding of their motives and what really drives them. We don't really get to know this naysayer character that's on the other side of the camera who's belittling every move that she makes in the movie. He has his own social media page where he takes to respond to her actions of doing these horrible things and posting them online, and we get to kind of see the reactions of other people either cheering her on or berating her for her actions. And I don't think there's enough focus on that. And I also don't feel like I know this character well enough to understand her journey and care about it as much as I would have liked to. Because maybe if I could have got a sense of why she was doing this, then I really could have, at least been emotionally invested more so than visually invested. Because even though the performances from her and him are really good, they do feel shallow at times. And I'm more relying on the visuals, which I found to be beautiful. There's a lot of great lighting in this movie, lots of, neon type colors, which if you've watched my channel enough, I love that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of sequences of just random flashes of, bizarre imagery. And as I said, I think from a visual standpoint, it's great. And the film looks good, production value is solid, and the performances are good. It's just that they weren't given enough to explore here to make this film one of my favorites of the year. It falls short just for that reason alone. But overall, I did have a good time watching it. It was beautiful to look at. The lead actress is beautiful to look at, and she's a good actress. So I'm not super familiar with her. I know I've seen her here and there. The thing I'm most familiar with her from is like The Town That Dreaded Sundown, meta sequel. I never know what to call that thing. And Californication, which I was a big fan of. But has anyone seen this movie? It's a hard recommendation, as I said. It's only for people who like really offbeat, weird films, and are more there for the visual aesthetics more so than the story. But yeah, if you check it out, let me know what you thought. If you've already seen it, I'm curious on what the general consensus on this film is. But overall, I'm glad I watched it. Not something I'm rushing back to, but for, just being on Amazon Prime and not knowing of it until yesterday and throwing it on, it was a nice, pleasant surprise. There's so many damn films this year, and I just seem to keep finding more. And I got a lot more to watch before the year's ends list. But anyway, guys, adios.